Question 57. So now I can see there's 5k outside the bracket, so that will come to the left here, so 5k, and then the 3m plus 4 will just go on the top. So first of all, 5k times 3m, 5k times 3m is the same as saying 5 times k times 3 times m. So 5 times 3 is 15, and then k times m is just km, so it's 15 km. And then 5k times plus 4, well 5 times 4 is 20, so 20 times k is 20k. Then we've got minus 2m times 3 minus 2k. So 2m times 3 minus 2m times 3 is minus 6m. And then we've got minus 2m times minus 2k. So if I write it here, minus 2m times minus 2k. That is the same as saying minus 2 times m times minus 2 times k. So first of all, minus 2 times minus 2, when you multiply two negative numbers, the answer will be positive. So minus 2 times minus 2 is 4, and then m times k is mk. Now we could leave it as 4mk, but it's better to write it in alphabetical order. It's better to write it as 4km. So, and it's positive. So now I can see I have 15 km plus 20k minus 6m plus 4km. So I can see with the 20k there's no collecting like term, so I can just write that here, 20k. Same with the take away 6m, so I can just write that down here, take away 6m or minus 6m. And then finally I can see 15km plus 4km, which is positive 19km, so plus 19km. And this is the final answer, 20k minus 6m plus 19km. Question 58. So because I can see t outside the bracket, the t will come here on the left, and then 3t plus 4 will go on the top. So we've got t times 3t, so if I do a bit of side working here to explain that, 3t times t is the same as saying 3 times t, which is 3, and then times t is t square. So 3t square, and then t times plus 4 is plus 4t. And then we've got 3t on the outside of the bracket, so that will come to the left here. And then we've got 3 plus 2t, which will go on the top. So 3t times 3, well 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times t is 9t. And then 3t times 2t, so do a bit more side working out here. 3t times 2t is the same as saying 3 times 2 times t times t. So 3 times 2 is 6, and t times t is t squared. So 6 times t squared, which is 6t squared, and it's positive, so it's plus 6t squared. So now we have here 3t squared plus 4t, and then from here we have plus 9t plus 6t squared. So I can see here 3t squared plus 6t squared is 9t squared. So we've divided that and that, and then plus 4t plus 9t is plus 13t, and that's the final answer. 9t squared plus 13t. Now you could have written, let me start that a bit more clearly, it's not to the power. Now you could have easily written 13t plus 9t squared. That's exactly the same answer. Question 59. So because I can see 2y outside the bracket, I'm going to write 2y on the left there, and then the 3 plus 4y will come on the top. So 2y times 3 is just 6y, and then 2y times 4y, well 2 times 4 is 8, and it's going to be positive. 2 times 4 is 8, and y times y is y squared, so it's 8y squared. So if I show you here a bit more clearly, 2y times 4y is the same as saying 2 times y times 4 times y. 2 times 4 is 8, and then it's times y, which is y squared, so 8 times y squared, which is 8y squared. And now for this single bracket, I can see y outside, so y is going to left here, and then 5y minus 1 on the top. So y times 5y is 5y squared, and y times minus 1 is just minus y, so we'll just write minus y, but as part of my working out, I'll write minus 1y. So from here we get 6y plus 8y squared, and then from here we get plus, because there's a plus here, so it's a plus 5y squared minus 1y. Now as I said, I could have just written minus y, but as part of my working out, so I don't get confused, I'm going to leave it as minus 1y. So first of all, I can see 6y minus 1y, or 6y minus y, is 5y. And then I've got 8y squared plus 5y squared, which is just 13y squared. So 8 lots of y squared add 5 lots of y squared is equal to 13y squared. That's positive, so plus 13y squared. And that's the final answer. And you could have easily written 13y squared plus 5y. You could have easily written that as well. So question 60 now. So because I can see 4w outside the bracket, I'm going to write 4w here on the left, and because I'm multiplying everything inside the bracket, so the information inside the bracket comes on the top here, which is 2w plus 3. So remember, we're doing 4w times everything inside the bracket, so 4w times 2w, and then 4w times plus 3. So 4w times 2w is just 8w squared. So a bit of side explanation here. So 4w times 2w is the same as saying 4 times w times 2 times w, which is the same as saying, well, 4 times 2 is 8 times, and then w times w is w squared, so 8w squared. and then 4w times plus 3 is just plus 12w. Then I can see here 3w outside the bracket, so the 3w come to the left here, and then 2 minus w. And because it's positive, okay, we're going to get a positive answer here, so 3w times 2 is 6w, and then 3w times minus w, do a bit of side working here to explain that as well, so it will be minus 3w square. So we had 3w times minus w, which is same as saying 3 times w times minus w. So if you think about it here, if I had 4 times minus 4, the answer would be minus 16. So likewise 12 times minus 12 would be, so w times minus w will be minus w square. So 3 times w is just w, and then w times minus w will be minus 3w square. So from here we have, from the top single bracket, we have 8w square plus 12w, and then from here we have another plus 6w minus 3w square. So I can say for 8w square minus 3w square, so collecting like terms there, I will have 5w square, and then I have plus 12w plus 6w, which is plus 18w. So the final answer is 5w square plus 18w, and you could have easily written 18w plus 5w square. It's the exact same thing.